Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is Explore Yourself, Banking and General Knowledge, etc. Please subscribe to the channel and also please do like and share and leave your suggestions in the comment section. The events of 9th October 2024 are followed. Bengali date 22 Asin 1431. As per Benimadov Silk Ponjika, today's Tithi is Sukla Sosti and up to 0732 hours. And after that Shukla Saptami. Today's Nakshatra is Jyeshta Nakshatra and up to 0104 hours and after that Mula Nakshatra. Today is 283rd day of the year. There are then 83 days left in 2024. Today is 41st Wednesday of 2024. Saradiya Navaratri, Asina Navaratri. Navaratri is a 9 days festival dedicated to Goddess Durga. Navaratri is a Sanskrit word which literally means 9 nights. During these 9 nights and 10 days, Goddess Durga is worshipped in 9 different forms, known as Navadurga. The 10th day is celebrated as Vijayadashami when idols of Goddess Durga are immersed into the water body. Navaratri is celebrated in most Indian states. However, Navaratri is very popular festival in the western states of Gujarat, Maharashtra and the southern state of Karnataka. On the very first day of Navaratri, Goddess Durga is invoked into a kalash with full Vedic rituals along with chanting of mantras. The invocation and dwelling of Goddess Durga into the kalash is known as Ghatastapana or Kalastapana and is done at an appropriate time of the day. In West Bengal, Navaratri is celebrated as Durga Puja. In West Bengal, Goddess Durga is worshipped on the last 3 days of Navaratri, and these 3 days are famously known as Durga Saptami, Durga Ashtami, and Durga Navami. It would be correct to say that Durga Puja in West Bengal is a smaller version of 9 days Navaratri. Kalparamba and Bilva Nimantran during Durga Puja, which is done on the 6th day of Navaratri, is symbolically same as Ghatastapana or Kalastapana in other states. Hindu religious books suggest 7 days Navaratri, 5 days Navaratri, 3 days Navaratri, 2 days Navaratri, or even 1 day Navaratri as an alternative to 9 days Navaratri. Jyoti Kalas, Kumari Puja, Sandhi Puja, Navami Home, Lolita Vrat, and Chandi Path are other famous rituals and events which are observed during 9 days Navaratri. Today is Happy Sosti Puja of Ma Durga and Happy Navaratri 6th day worshipping Goddess Mahakattayani. Goddess Ma Kattayani Devi is worshipped on 6th day of Navaratri. Goddess is venerated as Kattayani on the 6th day of the Navaratri festival. According to Hindu mythology, venerated Kata performed several austerities to accept the goddess in the form of a daughter. Impressed with the devotion, the goddess accepted his boon. The color for the 5th day to be worn is orange. Today is Kalparambo and Akal Bodhun. Kalparambo marks the beginning of Durga Puja rituals in West Bengal. Kalparamba is done 1 day before Kalabhav Puja, which is also known as Navaputrika Puja. In most of the years, the day of Kalparambo falls on the Shashti Tithi of the lunar month. The rituals of Kalparambo are equivalent to Bilvan Mantran in other states. On the very same day, Goddess Durga is invited to dwell in Bilva tree or in a kalash. The act of inviting Goddess Durga is known as Amantran and dwelling her spirit into Bilva tree is known as Adhivas. The best time to perform invocation of Goddess Durga is Sannakal, which is the time window of approximately 2 hours and 24 minutes before sunset. The day of Kalparambo is also known as the day of Akal Badhun, which means untimely invocation of Goddess Durga. Traditionally, Goddess Durga was worshipped during Chaitra month of Hindu calendar. Even now, Goddess Durga is also worshipped for 9 days during Chaitra month, and this period is known as Chaitra Navaratri. However, with time, Chaitra Navaratri has become less significant compared to Sharad Navaratri. According to Hindu beliefs, it was Lord Rama who performed Akal Bodhan of Goddess Durga before waging war against demon Ravana. Lord Rama sought blessings of Goddess Durga before starting the battle to rescue his wife Sita. It is believed that this untimed invocation of Goddess Durga started the tradition of Sharad Navaratri and Durga Puja. Kalparambo during Durga Puja is symbolically the same as Ghatastapana or Kalasthapana, which is done on the Pratipat Tithi of Navaratri. 3 days Durga Puja in West Bengal is smaller version of 9 days Navaratri, which is mostly followed in other states. The religious books suggest 7 days Navaratri, 5 days Navaratri, 3 days Navaratri, 2 days Navaratri, or even 1 day Navaratri as an alternative to 9 days Navaratri. Today is Saraswati Abhavan. The first day of Saraswati Puja during Navaratri Puja is known as Saraswati Abhavan. Abhavan means invocation of Goddess Saraswati. Today is World Post Day. World Post Day is an international day that occurs each year on October 9, the anniversary of the Universal Postal Union (UPU), which started in 1874 in Switzerland. The UPU was the start of the Global Communications Revolution, introducing the ability to write letters to others all over the world. World Post Day started in 1969. Since then, countries all over the world take part in celebration to highlight the importance of the postal service. Many things happen on this day. Post offices in some countries hold special stamp collection exhibitions. There are open days at postal majors and there are workshops on postal history. The UPU organizes the International Letter Writing Competition for young people. Since 1969, UPU announces the annual Best Postal Services of the Year on the 9th October. Postal systems have been in operation for many centuries. From way back in history, people sent letters to each other. These were delivered on foot or on horseback by special messengers. From the 1600s, the first national postage systems began springing up in many countries. These were more organized and many people could use them. Slowly countries agreed to exchange mail internationally. By the late 1800s, there was a global postal service, but it was slow and complicated. The birth of the UPU in 1874 opened the way for the efficient postal service in existence today. In 1948, the UPU became an agency of the United Nations. Today is International Beer and Pizza Day. International Beer and Pizza Day is celebrated on October 9th each year, honoring the classic combination of beer and pizza. This day is a tribute to one of the world's most popular food and drink pairings, with people around the globe enjoying their favorites, slices, and brews. The tradition behind this day likely stems from the casual and social nature of pizza and beer, both of which are enjoyed in various cultures, making it a universally appreciated pairing. Many pizzeries and breweries often offer special deals on this day, making it a perfect opportunity to explore different kinds of pizzas, thin crust, deep dish, gourmet, along with a variety of beers, craft, leisures, ales, etc. Today is Indian Foreign Service (IFS) Day. Indian Foreign Service (IFS) Day is observed annually on October 9 to celebrate and recognize the contribution of India's diplomatic service to the country's international relations. The Indian Foreign Service plays a critical role in representing India's interests abroad, maintaining diplomatic ties, and managing India's international presence in areas such as diplomacy, trade culture, and political relations. The IFS was officially established on October 9, 1946, following India's independence, and since then it has evolved into a vital part of India's global influence. IFS officers serve as India's diplomats, ambassadors, and representatives at international forums like the United Nations, and they work to promote India's foreign policy objectives and foster bilateral relations. IFS Day is an occasion to honor these diplomats' dedication, commitment, and service in advancing India's interest on the global stage. Today is International Top Spinning Day. International Top Spinning Day is observed on the second Wednesday of October each year to celebrate the joy and skill involved in spinning tops. This day brings people together across the globe to appreciate the art of top spinning, an activity that has been part of human culture for thousands of years. The day encourages participants of all ages to spin a top, whether it's a modern or traditional design. Many enthusiasts use this opportunity to showcase their unique top spinning skills, organize events, or even compete in friendly challenges. Spinning tops, though simple in design, have a rich culture and significance in many parts of the world, symbolizing balance, precision, and playfulness. Today is birth anniversary of Guru Ram Das, 9th October 1534 to 1st September 1581. Guru Ram Das was the fourth of the 10 Sikh Gurus. He was born to family based in Lahore, who named him Bhai Jetha. He was orphaned at age 7. Thereafter grew up with his maternal grandmother in a village. Guru Ram Das is credited with founding and building the city of Amritsar in the Sikh tradition. Two versions of stories exist regarding the land where Guru Ram Das settled. In one based on his Gazetteer record, the land was purchased with Sikh donations for 700 rupees from the owners of the village of Tum. Today is death anniversary of Sir Cyril Norman Hinselwood, 19th June 1897 to 9th October 1967. Sir Cyril Norman Hinselwood was a British chemist and Nobel laureate renowned for his contributions to the field of chemical kinetics, particularly his work on the mechanisms of chemical reactions. Hinselwood's research laid the foundation for understanding how molecules interact, break apart, and reform during chemical reactions, significantly advancing the field of physical chemistry. Nobel Prize in Chemistry, 1956. Hinselwood was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry alongside Soviet scientist Nikolai Semenov for their works on the mechanisms of chemical reactions. They were both recognized for explaining how complex reactions occur in stages, a breakthrough in understanding reaction dynamics. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Maurice Elias, 31st May 1911 to 9th October 2010. Maurice Felix Charles Elias was a French physicist and economist, the 1988 winner of the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences for his pioneering contributions to the theory of markets and efficient utilization of resources, along with John Hicks, Value and Capital 1939, and Paul Samuelson, The Foundations of Economic Analysis in 1947, to new classical synthesis. They formalized the self-regulation of markets, which Keynes refuted but reiterated some of Elias's ideas. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Thomas A. Stitch, 23rd August 1940 to 9th October 2018. Thomas Arthur Stitch was an American biochemist, a Sterling Professor of Molecular Biophysics and Biochemistry at Yale University, an investigator at the Howard Hughes Medical Institute, best known for his pioneering work on the ribosome. He was an American biophysicist and biochemist who was awarded the 2009 Nobel Prize for Chemistry, along with Indian-born American physicist and molecular biologist Venkataraman Ramakrishnan and Israeli protein crystallographer Ada Yunus for his research into the atomic structure and function of cellular particles called ribosomes. Ribosomes are tiny particles made up of RNA and proteins that specialize in protein synthesis and are found free or bound to the endoplasmic reticulum within cells. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Emil Hermann Fischer, 9th October 1852 to 15 July 1919. Hermann Emil Louis Fischer was a German chemist and 1902 recipient of the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. He discovered the Fischer esterification. He also developed the Fisher projection is a symbolic way of drawing asymmetric carbon atoms. He also hypothesized log and key mechanism of enzyme action. He never used his first given name and was known throughout his life simply as Emil Fischer. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Max Theodor Felix von Loew, 9th October 1879 to 24th April 1960. Max Theodor Felix von Loew was a German physicist who received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1914 for his discovery of the diffraction of X-rays by crystals. In addition to his scientific endeavors with contributions in optics, crystallography, quantum theory, superconductivity, and the theory of relativity, Loewe had a number of administrative positions which advanced and guided German scientific research and development during 4 decades. A strong objector to Nazism, he was instrumental in re-establishing and organizing German science after World War II. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Sir Peter Mansfield, 9th October 1933 to 8th February 2017. Sir Peter Mansfield Everest was an English physicist who was awarded the 2003 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, shared with Paul Lauterbur for discoveries concerning magnetic resonance imaging (MRI). Mansfield was a professor at the University of Nottingham. Today, that is 9th October, highlight in history. 1604. Kepler's supernova is the most recent supernova to be observed within the Milky Way. 1635. Roger Williams is banished from the Massachusetts Bay Colony after religious and policy disagreements. 1701. The Collegiate School of Connecticut, later renamed Yale University, is chartered in Old Saybrook. 1708. Peter the Great defeats the Swedes at the Battle of Lesnaya. 1740. Dutch colonists and Javanese natives began a massacre of the ethnic Chinese population in Batavia, eventually killing at least 10,000. 1760. 7 Years' War. Russian and Austrian troops briefly occupy Berlin. 1790. A severe earthquake in northern Algeria causes severe damage and a tsunami in the Mediterranean Sea and kills 3,000. 1799. HMS Bhutan sinks with the loss of 200 men and cargo worth $12 lakh. 1804. Hobart, capital of Tasmania, is founded. 1806. Prussia begins the War of the Fourth Coalition against France. 1812. War of 1812. In a naval engagement on Lake Erie, American forces captured 2 British ships, HMS Detroit and HMS Caledonia. 1820. Guayaquil declares independence from Spain. 1825. Restoration arrives in Newark Harbor from Norway, the first organized immigration from Norway to the United States. 1831. Ioannis Kapodistrias, the first head of state of independent Greece, is assassinated. 1834. Opening of the Dublin and Kingstown Railway, the first public railway on the island of Ireland. 1847. Slavery is abolished in the Swedish colony of Saint Barthélemy. 1861. American Civil War. Union troops repel a Confederate attempt to capture Fort Pickens at the Battle of Santa Rosa, Iceland. 1864. American Civil War. Union cavalrymen defeat Confederate forces at Tomsbrook, Virginia. 1873. A meeting at the U.S. Naval Academy establishes the U.S. Naval Institute. 1874. The Universal Postal Union is created by the Treaty of Berne. 1900. The Cook Islands become a territory of the United Kingdom. 1911. An accidental bomb explosion triggers the Huachang uprising against the Qing dynasty, beginning the Xinhai Revolution. 1913. The steamship SS Volturno catches fire in the mid-Atlantic. 1914, World War One. The siege of Antwerp comes to an end. 1918, the Finnish parliament offers to Prince Frederick Charles of Hesse the throne of his short-lived Kingdom of Finland. 1919, the Cincinnati Reds win the World Series, resulting in the Black Sox scandal. 1934, an Ustase assassin kills King Alexander I of Yugoslavia and Louis Bartheu, Foreign Minister of France, in Marseille. 1936, Boulder Dam, later Hoover Dam, begins to generate electricity and transmit it to Los Angeles. 1937, murder of 9 Catholic priests in Jingding, China, who protected the local population from the advancing Japanese army. 1941, a coup in Panama declares Ricardo Adolfo de la Portillo Arengo the new president. 1942, Australia's Statute of Westminster Adoption Act 1942 receives royal assent. 1950, the Gyeonggyong Cave Massacre in Korea begins. 1962, Uganda becomes an independent Commonwealth realm. 1963, in Italy, a large landslide causes giant wave to overtop the Vazon Dam, killing over 2,000. 1966, Vietnam War, Republic of Korea Army commits the Binna Thai massacre. 1967, a day after its capture, Ernesto Che Guevara is executed for attempting to incite revolution in Bolivia. 1969, in Chicago, the National Guard is called in as demonstrations continue over the trial of the Chicago 8. 1970, the Khmer Republic is proclaimed in Cambodia. 1980, Pope John Paul II greets the Dalai Lama during a private audience in the Vatican City. 1981, President Francois Mitterrand abolishes capital punishment in France. 1983, South Korean President Chun Doo-hwan survives an assassination attempt in Rangoon, Burma, present-day Yangon, Myanmar, but the blast kills 21 and injures 17 others. 1984, the popular children's television show Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, based on the railway series by the Reverend Wilbert Awdry, premieres on ITV. 1986, The Phantom of the Opera, eventually the second longest running musical in London, opens at Her Majesty's Theatre. 1986, Fox Broadcasting Company (FBC) launches as the fourth US television network. 1992, the Peak Scale Meteorite, a 27.7 pounds (12.6 kg) meteorite crashed into a parked car in Brickell, New York. 1995, an Amtrak Sunset Limited train is derailed by saboteurs near Palo Verde, Arizona. 2006, North Korea conducts its first nuclear test. 2007, the Dow Jones Industrial Average reaches its all-time high of 14,164 points before rapidly declining due to the 2007-2008 financial crisis. 2009, first lunar impact of NASA's Lunar Precursor robotic program. 2012, Pakistani Taliban attempt to assassinate outspoken schoolgirl Malala Yousafzai. 2016, the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army launches its first attack on Myanmar security forces along the Bangladesh-Myanmar border. 2019, Turkey begins its military offensive in northeastern Syria. Thank you very much for your patience.